Okay. Hi, good afternoon. I'm Sarah Federman. I'm the School of Public and International Affairs and Negotiation. This will be research, but first it's the actual practice. I wanted to talk a little bit about stumbling in on actually creating a peace dialogue to build nonviolent networks. What the heck are peace dialogues? Well, they have different goals. Sometimes they're over territory, sometimes they're about relationship building, and sometimes it's about shifting stories about self and other to create new possible futures. And you have different participants, sometimes all male, sometimes all female, sometimes in-group, intra-group, and then intergroup. But how do they happen? But this is one that has just happened for me. Talking to some Tuareg diaspora in France at their annual meeting this summer. I was speaking to one of the leaders who speaks on nonviolence to see if he'd be interested in doing a inter-ethnic peace dialogue. First it was going to be at Harvard, but now it's going to be at McGill University. And he said yes, but he wouldn't really believe that we were going to do it. But then we started getting these desperate emails about could they please come over, because this is from the Central Sahara and Western Sahara, the Western Sahara and the Central Sahara region, which is, there's a bunch of conflict going on there right now, but it's getting overshadowed, of course, by all the other conflicts. Funding, of course, was an issue. We had millions of dollars, and then we had no dollars, and then we had $20,000, and then we had $5,000. Then we just got $5,000 extra dollars, and now the former Prime Minister of Mali wants to come, and it's $15,000 for his first-class tickets, then he can't come. So as you know, I'm going in and out. So it's just a rocky road. For those of you who don't know this region, don't feel that you should have. I kind of stumbled into this myself, but this is the Sahel region. We are focusing on this area right now. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. The military is not really sure what to do as Al-Qaeda separatists are there, Al-Qaeda's there. There are a number of other groups there. They are now arming citizens because they don't know what to do. So they're taking young men, training them for 2 weeks, giving them guns. Then there's the military, and there's Al-Qaeda, among other separatist and violent groups. So this group is going to come together to talk about, so we have leaders across these different countries coming. Radicalism, climate change, territorial disputes, and there's so many conflicts between tribes that we're trying to create an inter-ethnic partnership so that they can work together vis-a-vis Al-Qaeda, because Al-Qaeda tries to use the factions between them that are so old to attract more people to their movement. So it's the Tuaregs, the Dogon, the Songhai, and the Fulani are the groups that we're bringing. And how the heck do you plan a peace dialogue? Well, I'll tell you, it was a lot different when I was studying it than when I was actually doing it. This is based on the Herbert Kelman model. It's the inspiration. He started the Weatherhead Center. I thought, heck, but you have to think about what the heck are you going to call it? Is it a peace dialogue? Is it a what are you promising, right? Who are you going to invite? Very political. Who's in, who's out? The balance of regions. The gender balance. Visas. The gender balance has been one of the most difficult because we knew we wanted to include women, and that was an agreement from the start, but they don't have the diplomatic passports, so it's been very difficult to get them visas, and now we need the foreign minister to try to expedite their visas. And the duration, how long does it take to have a peace dialogue? Well, we figured we're going to bring them to freezing McGill in Montreal in March, so might as well keep them there a week and have lots of tea. Lots of tea. They're going to have socks on their bed when they arrive, and we have a coat drive. The students are getting coats. But McGill worked out to be a good place because it's a francophone city at least, and that is at least the one language they all share, even if the Malians are very angry about the French presence in Mali. So the language, what language? Again, people have different levels of French. Right, so they're going to be different comfort levels. Those with much comfort will speak much longer, so we have to think about that. Confidentiality, we have some people who are afraid to have their faces on this because the elders are being targeted at home. Then we have another group that wants a press conference, right, because they're running for president. The agenda, what the heck are we going to talk about? So, thank you. I have a list of kind of items, but we're flying up to Boston next week to work with a number of people at UMass and Harvard to help kind of refine how we're going to actually do this. And the funding. So we're trying to apply for next year to do something off of maybe Senegal or the Canary Islands where it's maybe not so important. And then research, what are we going to produce from this? So they're going to talk about the various challenges in their communities. We're going to talk about social media training. This is really difficult right now because social media is making it much easier to create these campaigns of fear and hate. So we're working with them to create interventions on how they can actually create kind of a counter-narrative to that. And we have to ask this question of what the heck is a successful outcome of this dialogue going to be? We're looking at different models. What's going to happen when they get back? This is Ruben, who's our main contact. He's running for president in Niger, and he's this is what he's trying to inspire back in as school equals success, development, and peace, and guns equal abuse and security and tears. Thank you for your attention.